So I tell people all the time that narcissists will be upfront and honest with you a lot of times. With them being overly honest, it makes you drop your guard and think that what they told you about their past won't happen to you, like this person said right here. They'll look you directly into your face and say, hey, look, I've cheated before, I've been manipulative before, I've lied before, I've stole before, I've done so much terrible stuff, but look, I'm a changed person. I'm not going to do that to you because you're special to me. And then you, thinking you're special, let your guard down because, hey, they were honest with me, wasn't they? They were super honest with me and open, so they won't do it to me. I can trust them. But then eventually, you realize that narcissistic people have patterns. And typically, nothing can stop those patterns unless a narcissist goes to therapy and gets help, which is an extreme rarity. A lot of times, narcissists will be overly honest up front in a relationship to get you to drop your guard down and to make you feel like, hey, you can trust me. Why would I lie to you? I was honest at first, wasn't I? Then you get caught up in the mix, and then you drop your guard, and then you get cheated on, manipulated, gaslit, whatever they've done in the past. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I am self-aware, diagnosed narcissist Lee Hammock, and I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy, and also validate the victims and survivors of this disorder as well. This series is dedicated to making my TikToks and my YouTube shorts longer. They are 60 seconds or less. This will be a lot longer. This is 60 seconds, y'all. It's super early here in the morning. I'm recording early today. So the TikTok you just watched was about from a young lady coming on my TikTok. She said, shame on me for thinking I was special and he would not do that to me. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. Tee hee hee hee. That's not funny. It can be funny after you get out of it and you've healed after a little bit. But why are you still in it? It's not funny. Because I tell something, like I said in the TikTok, y'all, the YouTube short or whatnot. I tell this to people all the time. Literally, I tell them all the time. Like, some narcissists will be overly honest at first. People think narcissists are going to come to you straight up and lie to you all the time. No, some of them will be open and honest with you up front and tell you exactly what they're going to do to you. They tell you exactly what they're going to do to you by telling you what they've already done. I've done a few videos here recently about narcissists and patterns. It's not so much so about pattern. It's just about the possible red flag of being overly honest up front in a relationship. And I know people are like, overly honest? How could Lee, look, big fan here, big fan. But you're reaching here. Like overly, you want people to be honest up front. You do want people to be open and honest up front. But you also want to use whatever they tell you. Because selective honesty is a thing, y'all. They can choose what to tell you and choose to tell you. They tell you stuff up front to get you to drop your guard, to get you to trust them. Hey, I'm trustworthy. Guess what I've done? Look, you're so special to me, and I care about you so much that I'm gonna be open and honest with you. Look, I haven't had a good run in relationships. The last 3 exes I've had. The relationships have ended because I've cheated. Like, but I don't cheat anymore. Like I feel this connection. I wasn't really connected to them like that. Like I feel connected to you. Like you are absolutely just it for me. And I want. Don't laugh at me. I want us to be together for a long time. So I'm going to be a better person just for you. Because I love you. And see, I'm an actor, y'all. Y'all know, there was fire one day. I was like, Lee, who are you talking to? Were you really talking to somebody? If y'all are a director or a script writer and you're in North Carolina or the East Coast or somewhere, I can fly anywhere. Just let me know. I'm trying to get more acting this year, I promise. But you see this, you see how that worked. You see how that worked right there, y'all. You see how simplistic that was right there. Because that's them. Like, you see how confident I was telling you that and how special I made that person feel right there? You feel special because I used the word special, right? You don't think this can happen to you. I mean, that's how a lot of people get caught up with narcissists because you know their past. You know this person. Like, this person is honest with you up front or you've actually been privy to it. You were their friend and you've seen them physically assault people, other women or men. You've seen them cheat and lie and stuff like that, but you think you're better than everybody else. It sounds narcissistic a little bit, you know what I mean? But everybody got a little splash of narcissism in them. Just not to the levels of somebody like myself. But you think it's not going to happen to you. She said, shame on me thinking I was special. I didn't think it was going to happen to me. You let your guard down, and guess what? It happened to you. And sometimes it's late. Sometimes people in that situation like that catch on later on because they're so confident that that person is trustworthy that they miss it for a long time. And guess what happens, y'all? It's also very, very preemptive because if a person tells you what they've done in previous relationships, sometimes they could be expecting one of their exes to reach out to you and tell you. So guess what happens? If one of my exes, if my old supply reaches out to you and tell you that I cheated on them and I did this and did that to them, and I've already told you that, guess what happens? Now, guess what happens? You trust me even more, don't you? You trust me even more now, so I double got you now. Now you mad at the ex for trying to expose me when I've already exposed myself. I 8-miled myself. I always say, if y'all ever hear me say the terminology, when I say 8-mile, like the number 8 mile, like the movie 8 Mile with Eminem at the end, when he rapped about himself so the other person couldn't do anything to him, that's what I mean when I say 8 Mile. You know what I mean? So I 8-mile myself. I told you what was going to happen. I told you the bad stuff about me. So when that person reaches out to you and tells you, also just co-signs my story, I'm a truth teller right now, right? Now I look like a truth teller. So now your guard goes down even more and you love me even more now because I was honest with you. Hey, you were right. Your ex reached out to me and they confirmed what you said. Like, I'm going to stick beside you. I'm going to stick beside them. Gotcha. You lose. You think you won, but you lose. You think you won a prize, don't you? If I tell people, if they done it to the exes, multiple exes, they will do it to you. It's just a matter of time. You're not special. There's nothing different about you to them. You know what I mean? You might be special in your own way. This is not me trying to devalue you. This is me just saying to a narcissist, you're not special. You just aren't. You just another cog in and you're just another piece in their puzzle. You do, and it might not feel that way at first. It might not feel that way at first. It might feel like you're special. They're giving you everything that you want, need. The cheek clapping is, just euphoric cheek clapping. You know what I mean? Just like the drum of the beat. You know what I mean? Like some African drum. Right to the drum of the beat. But then once that ends, they start to devalue you and they start to disconnect you. They're actively trying to replace you. I tell this to people all the time. When a narcissist is devaluing you, they're valuing somebody else. They're giving somebody else their value. They're love bombing somebody else. They're trying to actively replace you or cheat on you. They just are. Especially if their patterns dictate that they have. If they've done it before, they'll do it to you. So I say, people, you come around here, you feel like you won. You feel like you took somebody's man, you took somebody's girl, or something like that. You feel like... Sorry, y'all. You feel like you won a special prize, and you realize it's like one of them Nickelodeon slime awards. You get slimed. You think they give you a little Nickelodeon blimp. You think it's an award, and then you get slimed. But that's how it goes, because they want to. That's what narcissists do. They put you on the pedestal. They want to make you feel like you're on a pedestal. But guess what? Guess who put you on the pedestal? They did. So guess who can knock you off that same pedestal? They can. It's their pedestal. They put you there, correct? So if they put you there and you're on their pedestal, they're going to set you up. If I tell people, you have to protect your peace when you're dealing with narcissistic people. You just have to. You just have to. If they tell you something up front, that they're a terrible person up front, if you Google them and you see that they got domestic violence charges and stuff like that, why would you go into that? I'm a changed person. Everybody deserves a second chance. Do they? Not when it comes to situations like that, and then they start doing the same thing to you, and then you're mad. And you blame them. You blame them for being them. They told you they were a cheater. They told you they were an abuser. But they also told you that you were special and it wouldn't happen to you. I told you that the selective, overly honest people at the beginning, it all comes to fruition. It just does. It really just does. They'll tell you the truth, so if somebody else can co-sign it, and then they get you. You trust them blindly. So when they're not picking the phone up late at night, you're like, why ain't you calling me back? Why just hit me back? You don't think they're cheating. You think they're asleep. Hey, I was asleep. You know I wouldn't cheat on you. Whole time they were just clapping some cheeks. Whole time they were just getting their cheeks just clapped, to the rhythm of the beat. And now you don't know. How would you know? You overly trust them now because they told you up front that they wouldn't do that to you. And Lee, what do you say? We shouldn't trust people that are honest? No, I'm not saying you shouldn't trust people that are honest. I always say keep your guard up. If they tell you if that's not something that you would tolerate in your relationship, they did it in previous relationships and they tell you about it, and that's not something that you normally tolerate. Why would you change your boundaries for this person? Why would you change your requirements for this person? Stop changing your requirements. People tell you stop. You lower your. That's literally lower your standards to be with somebody. When you lower your standards to be with somebody, I'm not saying have the highest, utmost. Like I need somebody that made $20 million a year that takes me on a trip. I'm just saying like have reasonable standards for yourself. And everybody's standards are going to be different. Not judging here. Have reasonable standards for yourself, and don't change those standards because you meet somebody that meets you. You have 5 qualifications for somebody, they meet 2. I'm gonna drop the other 3 because they cute. I'm gonna drop the other 3 because they got some gray sweatpants on. I seen something. I want to investigate longer. I'm gonna drop the other 3 because they had some of them TikTok leggings, them push up ones. You know, the form fitting leggings. I need to investigate a little bit more. Keep your boundaries up. Keep your boundaries up. Stand in your power, y'all. And I'm not saying that you're not special in your own way or special to somebody. But to narcissists, you're just you're a movable set piece. You're an extra in their life. You're an extra in their script. I hope this video helps. Turn on notifications, y'all. I really, truly appreciate every single one of y'all because guess what? As much as y'all learn from me, I promise you I'll learn even more from y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Until this is out. Peace.